I've tested a bunch of map makers on this channel, but there are 4 that I keep coming back to again and again. And all 4 of them got big updates this year. I'm going to show each of these map makers, all the updates they got, and at the end of the video, I'm going to crown my new favorite. For each one, I'm also going to do a 10-minute map challenge using the new features and assets. But first, I need to say thank you to Describe for sponsoring this video. We'll be looking at some awesome updates from them as well later in the video. Welcome to the table. I'm Kelly, and I've got something to show you. This is your brain, and this is your brain on maps. First up is Dungeon Alchemist, which got some huge updates this year. Dungeon Alchemist is a 3D map maker where you can draw rooms and have it procedurally generate the contents. This makes it really quick and easy to make battle maps. Once you draw your room shape, you can select what type of room it is and generate different interiors. If you want to get into the weeds, you can go into each room and manually edit the details. Although you make the maps in 3D in Dungeon Alchemist, there are a number of different export options, including an isometric top-down 2D export for printing. So what are the updates? Last year, Dungeon Alchemist added curved and diagonal walls, allowing you to be way more creative with your building shapes and layouts. They also added a stamp and overlay tool and over 600 new assets in different themes, including a new Fey biome, which looks really cool. And this year, they added the most requested feature since launch, multi-level maps. You can now build multi-level maps and even add roof layers. This means you can show and hide layers to your players as they explore, which is super cool. Along with multi-story buildings, they also made it possible to make underground levels, allowing you to create cellars or even whole underground complexes. Along with that, they added over 100 new assets in different themes, which we'll look through in a second, an improved object placement algorithm, and the ability to add invisible lights to really dial in the feel of your map. Dungeon Alchemist is still in early access, and I don't know when it'll be considered feature complete, but for now I think it's awesome how many huge updates are coming out. And they've still got plenty of stuff on their roadmap, which you can see on their website. Before we see the updates from what I previously crowned as my favorite map maker, and see if it's still my favorite, I think it's only fitting to do another 10-minute map challenge using the new features. Alright, objectives for this challenge. I need to use the new Fey biome, I'm going to roll for a new asset I need to use as my centerpiece, and my building needs to have an underground level.
3, 2, 1, go!
Roll for an item. 48. That is Monstera. Okay, a Monstera centerpiece. Let's do this. 10 minutes on the clock. Go. Alright, new map. Let's see, digital. Fey plane. Ooh, snow. Okay, we don't have time. Oh wow, okay, that is dense vegetation indeed. How don't I put a little abandoned hovel on one corner here? Reshape it to be a bit more rounded. Gingerbread room or an ice palace? Ice gotta be ice palace, right? Let's do something really weird here. Let's see what that looks like. Whoa, okay, that is really cool. Okay, but big problem here. The door is in the side of a hill. We also got to build an underground level. Oh my goodness, we're down to 8 minutes already. Okay, focus. Monstera. Let's do the Monstera here. Monstera in an ice palace. Everything that's got just a lot of meat in this update. Just real meat heavy update. And oh yeah, these, which I find hilarious, sculpture of the goddess's bottom. And it's not a sculpture of her bottom, it is a sculpture of her face, just the bottom half. Anyways, Monstera. And it has to be on a wall or something. So let's go ahead and remove this table. Let's find something to put it on. Okay, maybe we just add a little ice wall. This just like weird shrine in the middle of the room with Monstera all over it. Gonna raise some questions for sure. Oh, Kelly, 6 minutes left. Get it together, bud. You still have to do an underground level. All right, so just a bunch of Monstera on the outside of this ice wall. Why? Great question. Oh, we should probably put some magic there. Oh my, look at that. That's sick.
I absolutely love.
All right, we got to deal with this terrain. We are running out of time. Shouldn't have done the second building. Already regretting it. Oh, that's kind of cool, actually. It's like pathway tunnels. Okay, 4 minutes. All right. Oh boy. Let's make the basement. We gotta get going on. So this I think is really cool. They highlight the rooms above so you can see exactly what's going on. And I mean, obviously it's gonna be extra dimensional space down here, obviously, because why wouldn't it? Whoa, this looks crazy. Okay, what would it be like if it was a gingerbread house? Also creepy. No, gonna go with extra dimensional space. First idea, best idea. 2 minutes left. And then we have it go off here a bit. Put some doors into this weird pyramid room. Okay. And now we need some ice stairs. 143 left. Whoa, that is super cool. We don't have room for that. There's no freaking way. Okay, small ice stairs. So it doesn't put stairs automatically, but it does automatically put a hole in the floor, which is nice. Okay, we got 59 seconds left. I think we can add a door onto this ruin. And then maybe just try and, although it's kind of cool that it's overgrown because it's like kind of magical. Okay, I have an underground level. I have Monstera as the centerpiece, and what was the third thing? Uh-oh, I forgot. Oh, and the Fey biome. Okay, freaking nailed it. So you can't really tell what's a path from the top-down layer, but I think it's still really cool. And this is just weird. And that's 10 minutes. I think I nailed it. Got everything. The Fey biome, Ice Palace, Ruined Hovel, you know, the Queen, Ice Queen, Fey Queen, lived here while she was building her Ice Palace, and then she moved in. And now the hovel is ruined. I'm gonna call that a huge success.
Last year, I said the Canvas of Kings was my new favorite map maker because of how easy it was to make town and city maps, and I've used it to make a few maps for the adventures and encounters that are available on my Patreon, which is linked down below if you want to check it out. Hannes, the developer of Canvas of Kings, has not been slacking. There were a couple of features released this year that make it even easier and faster to make some really cool town and city maps. But first, what makes Canvas of Kings special, and why did I like it so much in the first place? The main draw for me, pun intended, is the hand-drawn style of the assets. The style looks hand-drawn because it is. Hannes draws each asset by hand in a sketchbook and then scans and imports them into the game engine to make them 3D for lighting and shadow purposes. The other thing that I love is that you can draw areas and then have them populate with different types of assets. This makes it really quick and easy to make a big map look super detailed. They added 3 new features this year that really take this concept to another level. The first is the plot editor. You can now create your own plots. This means you can choose which assets will spawn together, and you can adjust the size and percentage chance that each type of object will spawn. This is pretty cool.
It's pretty good.
But there aren't that many assets in the map maker to really take advantage of the custom plots, which is where the second update comes in. And I'm not throwing shade because Hannes is drawing all the assets by hand and coding the program alone. The second update is that you can bulk import your own assets. I think this is a crucial feature for any map maker because it gives you access to a whole community of artists creating cool map assets. And it also means you can add assets for whatever art style you prefer. So now you can import your own assets and then add them to plots, creating fully unique towns super quickly. The third update is district plots. These are basically whole neighborhoods including roads and intersections. There's a farmer's district, a craftsman district, and a merchant district. Alright, before we jump into the map challenge and test out these new features and see the updates from the other 2 map makers, I want to show you the new UI overhaul in Opus from the sponsor of today's video, Describe. But first, Describe is having a Black Friday sale which you get early access to. The sale officially begins November 24th, but you can use the code BF2025 anytime between now and December 1st to get 43% off your first payment on any subscription. That means you get the most discount if you sign up for an annual plan. This is for new subscribers only, but if you're an existing Celestial subscriber, David said to keep an eye on your email because you'll be getting some freebies after the sale is done as a thank you for your support. In case you don't know, Opus is Describe's music and sound effects platform. They partnered with Michael Gelfi Studios to bring their catalog of over 7,200 music, sound effects, and ambience tracks into an easy-to-use web app. Opus lets you organize music and sound effects into playlists or into blocks along with notes and descriptions. It's been awesome to see them continue to develop Opus and add new features like the ability to upload your own audio, but now they're in the midst of rolling out one of the most noticeable updates, a complete UI overhaul, including a new dark mode. If you want to try it out, you can use my code PowerWordSpill to get an extended 30-day free trial, or if you want to take advantage of the sale, use the code BF2025 until December 1st. Okay, objectives for this challenge: import an asset, create a new plot, and use all 3 of the district plots.
3, 2, 1, go!
Okay, I'm gonna take care of the asset import first, just to get that out of the way.
By the way, it gives you some suggested pixel sizes, and I find you really have to stick exactly to that, because when I didn't, it caused all sorts of weird glitches on imports. So if your assets aren't importing properly, make sure they are one of those resolutions, otherwise it might cause weird glitches. So, all right, I'm gonna import a magic circle. Need to name it magic circle red. And what's pretty cool is you can actually make an object group, import a bunch of objects, and then when you click, it'll spawn randomly in that group. It's the same functionality, just like the regular assets, so that's super cool. And I've already used up almost 2 minutes of my time, which is bad. Let's go. Okay, I need to create a plot now, and let's see here. Yeah, put some stone fragments. What kind of plot should this be? I guess this will be kind of like a rubble area. I'm not totally sure. I think if I was importing a bunch of assets, I could make a cooler plot. Well, maybe I'll make some tent structures in here, kind of like a camp type stall. And then we will turn that way down, turn that up. Nice, that's looking pretty cool. Okay, I used up 3 minutes doing both of those things. Now let's get to actually making the map. Okay, what am I gonna do here? I am going to start off with the forest, as I often do. Actually, I'm gonna start with my town. All right, let's get the farm district going. This is where the farmers are in town. Nice, okay. And the farm district should be next to crop fields, because that would make sense. That over there. Nice, what are they growing? Lettuces or something. Put a nice fence around that. Let's go a couple times till we get some more roads kind of making sense there. One of the downsides with the plots is that the roads don't necessarily connect. All right, so now let's see what we got here. The craftsman district. Nice, that worked out great. Okay, and then let's put some forest around the edge of town here. It's too large, area too large. Turn down that density a little bit there. Let's have this go right up, and then we can actually turn down, well, the density is okay for this. Gonna kind of extend this farm district a little bit more. All my districts are overlapping. Okay, kind of an interesting shape there, and the roads kind of lined up actually. Oh my goodness, 2 minutes left. Okay. Oh boy. Let's make this a seafront town. Gonna add some points here. Okay, what do we need? Let's make this nice and gentle, these curves. And then we still need to add, 120. Okay, merchant district right down here. We're just gonna throw that down and just hope that all of the roads connect, and they do not. That would have been too good to be true. Okay, so here's the downside of using the districts, I guess. Oh, there we go. Now we're cooking. Oh yeah. Oh, now I messed up the other one. Dang it. Oh, they're so close. Yeah, that's all right. Okay, if you don't look too closely. I got 15 seconds left. Here we go. More forest. Right up the edge of town. Oh, okay, that is time. Well, for 10 minutes, I mean, it's pretty good. I mean, it is a town map. I think it's more than I could have made in any other program. Just didn't have the same urgency. I spent also 3 minutes trying to import. Oh, dang it, I didn't even use the custom plot. Oh, okay. Okay, well, this is disqualified, but I'm gonna use my custom plot just so I can see how it works. Here's my campsite plot. And there it is, the tents and boulders, just as I put in. Oh, and my custom element, the magic circle. I didn't use that either. Oh man, I really blew it. I'm sorry. Okay, well, there's my magic circle. Something fishy going on outside town with this campsite. Oh, I really like the districts though. They're really cool. They like, look all the bunting and stuff they put down, people, cranes. They're really good. They got carts here and stuff. The districts are really good. I blew it. I take full responsibility.
Before we look at the oldest map maker in this video and one of the most frequently recommended, let's take a look at one that kind of is and kind of isn't a map maker. Tailspire is technically a VTT, but you can also build maps in it, so it's also kind of a map maker. It's designed to be used online, but we've had just as much fun using it in person and casting it to a TV. I find it really fun to build maps with because the developers completely captured the feeling of using physical miniatures and terrain. To build maps, you place different tiles and then place props on top. Using the tiles really scratches the same itch as playing with Lego or playing Minecraft. Something about putting blocks together is just really fun. One of the best features of Tailspire is the ability to import other people's maps. There are 2 sites, Tails Tavern and Tails Bazaar, where you can import a map with just 1 click. It's a really cool feature, and it allows you to get something that looks great without having to spend hours fiddling around. Of course, it is really fun to use, so spending hours fiddling around and building a map is also a good option. Tailspire is still in early access, so it's still getting lots of big updates. Actually, the only map maker that isn't in early access is the next map maker that we'll talk about. This year, the biggest feature update was pointers. Now you can point at stuff on the map to draw your players' attention to it. That might seem like a very minor feature, but it was actually one of the most requested ones. They also added support for Titan-sized creatures, which is pretty cool. Aside from that, they introduced a bunch of new tiles and props, including a new spaceship and solar array tile set, some Lost Gardens tiles, and a mushroom and fungus tile set called Bellow Gloom. It's great to see them supporting both fantasy and sci-fi settings. Let's see if we can make something in 10 minutes. By the way, if you're liking the video, consider hitting the subscribe button. It means a lot to me, and I really appreciate it. Objectives for this one: put a Titan on the map, use a mushroom tile, and incorporate a sci-fi element.
3, 2, 1, go!
Okay, it's important to limit the scope for this one because Tailspire is a little slower to build with. Here we go. Didn't really think about what I was going to do ahead of time, but let's start with the Bellow Gloom stuff. All right, let's put down some stone. Ooh, this is cool. And I might surround it with water because that's easy to fill in. 2x2. All right, we'll just do that. I have no idea what I'm building right now. I'm just really hoping that it's just going to become clear as I just keep building. Oh, those are tiny stairs. Okay. Shouldn't have done stairs. Don't know what I was thinking. We're going to go into a different area here. Ooh, a ruined castle. That's pretty cool. Oh, I've already used 2.5 minutes. I need to stop messing around, but it's hard because that's kind of all this is. Just messing around. Here we go. This is normal. Just looks totally normal. Totally forgot. Mushroom. I need a mushroom. Okay. And a sci-fi element. Oh, we got some big old mushrooms here. Yeah, that's good. Just put some weird stuff around. Oh, actually, maybe this is like a crash site from something from some kind of other dimension and it's causing weird growths. Love a weird growth in my fantasy game. Okay, something with sci-fi. Oh, some kind of solar array panel and like fire to indicate that it was crash. Let's see, do they have some kind of rubble? Ooh, 4 minutes left. Pick up the pace here, bud. Yeah, perfect. It's great. Rubble. Oh, they do have rubble. Should be like crashed in this way. And then there's just a bunch of fire. Just a bunch of fire. Because, yeah. Okay. This is... Oh, no. This is not going to be good. That is one thing that I definitely struggle with. And I know there are hotkeys for how to place things at an appropriate level, but I always forget them. Oh boy, didn't want that. 2 minutes. No. Last 10-minute map challenge when I tested Tailspire, I built something way simpler and I absolutely should have done that again. I don't know what I was thinking. Got cocky, kid. Shove one of those in there. That's fine. Oh no. Okay, for some reason this is an island because I don't have time to make the ground. Okay, that is no good. I gotta put walls down here, otherwise this is gonna look bizarre. No time. Well, this is why you get a pre-made map on Tails Bazaar or Tails Tavern
or you spend more than 10 minutes making it, which is probably actually the best option. Oh, and a Titan. Oh my god. Okay. I gotta put a Titan on the map. Oh, heck yeah. This thing is crazy. 9 seconds. Oh, where's the GM tools? The size. There we go. Oh, just in the nick of time. I mean, I don't know if you'd call that a success. That's a pretty sad looking map. I think that was on me though. That was definitely on me. I can't blame Tailspire for that. Poor performance. Yeah, so there we go. We've got this freaky looking thing, Titan sized, on this tiny little platform next to this mushroom with some crashed sci-fi stuff. Not my finest work.
Before I crown my new favorite, or see if Canvas of Kings still wears the crown, let's look at the oldest and one of the most highly recommended map makers in this video, Dungeon Draft. Dungeon Draft was initially released in 2020 and had its 1.0 release in 2021. Dungeon Draft is a simple and easy to use 2D map maker, but because of the way it handles edges, textures, and lighting, it's really easy to make great looking maps. One of the best features of Dungeon Draft, and why I think it became so popular, is that it's really easy to import assets. Tons of artists have made asset packs for Dungeon Draft, meaning that you have access to a bunch of different art styles and people are often making new assets. In the sea of modern map makers, Dungeon Draft doesn't have any especially standout features, it's just really solid and easy to make good looking 2D maps. Just like all the other map makers in this video, Dungeon Draft is a one-time purchase, making it a great value as well. Even though it was considered feature complete over 4 years ago, it still got an update this year with a bunch of new default assets. Let's take these for a spin. Objectives for this one: use the path tool, every room must have a statue, and use all the wizard stuff.
All right, so first of all, biome. Let's see here. We're gonna use a terrain brush and, we're gonna go mountain biome. Okay, we're gonna do kind of like a wizard tower here. Okay, let's see here. Let's get the path down. Okay, oh wow, so much stuff here. Just a bunch of chains. Oh, some stairs, that's cool. Oh, I'll put some fences down. Cobble, there we go. Well, you know what? The wizard was not very good at placing paths. So he built it by hand. It's a cobblestone wall. By hand. So impressive. Okay. I've used up so much time doing this. Okay. Let's see. We gotta go to the wizard stuff to see what we gotta use here. So a nice celestial rug. That's good. Put the alchemy table on top of the rug. That's nice. We got here a scroll shelf. Every wizard tower needs to have a scroll shelf. And just a bunch of cages as well. For whatever reason. Okay, not gonna ask too many questions. Put down this big old magic circle. And oh, I said a statue, didn't I? There has to be a statue in every room. Whoa, this one looks cool. All right, so now, 451. Okay, we got a bunch of other stuff that we need to put in here. Let's see, what do we got? I think we need a table to put some stuff on because there's a bunch of things that should go on tables. Yeah, this wizard has people over. You never know. Some candles, nice. So this is the candle table. There's a bunch of candles all over on the floor. Those are floor candles for ambiance. A brazier, also nice. Oh, a magic brazier, that's pretty cool. Let's build a second area where we can put stuff like that. That's way too big. All right, this will be a observatory. Just gonna make it, oh, we're in the circle still, so we're gonna go with it. We're making it also circular. Get a door here. Okay, what kind of things do we have? Let's put down another magic circle. And then whatever this thing is. And some mirrors. Okay, got 3 minutes left. Things are going pretty well. What is that? Crystal ball. That should be on a table. Generally, I put my crystal balls on tables for sure. That's the crystal ball corner. There we go. Nice. Great. Oh, this wizard needs just so many tables.
Or a desk. Maybe they need a desk. Wizards have desks. And you know, it needs to be warm in the observatory as well. So there's gonna be, oh, just a bunch of magic orbs. Nice. Those are cool. Okay. Oh, and this huge, this huge runic pedestal is essential for any wizard tower. What is this? A ritual dagger. Okay, this is starting to seem a little culty. A little bit culty. Cages. You know what? It's fine. We won't ask too many questions. Okay, a nice stony path between the two places. About 50 seconds left, so let's just chuck in some trees. Some nice trees here. That's a good one. Oh, that's a tiny one. We're looking to fill space here. We need big trees. Okay, 20 seconds left. Oh, that's nice. Different colors, stuff. Mix it up a little bit. Okay, maybe I went a little too far with the trees. Okay, that is time. I don't know. Out of practice for these 10-minute map challenges. I've been used to just taking my time and, well, it is a map. And you know, it looks pretty good. It looks okay. It's kind of looks like a child did it, but I guess I kind of am a child, so all right.
And there you have it. All these maps will be up on my Patreon at the free tier in case you want them, but honestly, you should probably just go make your own. So after all this, which one's my new favorite? I mean, I'm definitely going to continue to use all of them because they're each great in their own way, but if I had to pick one, and I do, it would be Dungeon Alchemist. I think the new updates and new assets make it so versatile, and it's just really fun to use. It's so cool to see your creations come to life in 3D. Which one are you using? And in case you haven't seen them, you should check out my 2 map challenge videos. The first one is right here. You might see some map makers you've never heard of. I appreciate you.